up, guys? It is Midboy, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Mr. Miracle Issue 3. But before I do that, I'm going to give a few quick disclaimers. Don't worry, they'll be quick. Alright, guys, so first disclaimer I'm going to give is that the reason I didn't upload Friday afternoon, I uploaded Friday morning. I didn't upload on Saturday. I'm not uploading until this afternoon, Sunday, is because I was going somewhere this weekend and I was busy and I didn't have time to upload. And it may be like that this following weekend, but I may actually vlog where I'm going. So yeah, I think I will vlog that. Depends on if, or I may upload it, but I might not. I think I will because I'm going somewhere pretty cool. And then my third disclaimer is this video has spoilers. If you guys didn't catch that, you must be blind as a bat. But if you're actually visually impaired, I apologize. I mean no offense. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds before I get into spoilers. 5, 4, Mr. Miracle dies. I'm kidding. But I got you guys, didn't I? So I did not upload Mr. Miracle 2 because I was gonna put it out yesterday, but I didn't have time to upload. And also, the times I tried to before that, because it's a monthly series, you have a lot of time. I tried again, but I was having a lot of recording trouble at that time and I just couldn't get it out. So I'm probably going to do a series overview, but that'll be in August of 2018. So anyways, guys, this comic picks up with Mr. Miracle and Big Barda talking about a story that Granny Goodness told Scott, aka Mr. Miracle. So this story that Mr. Miracle is telling Big Barda while they're sleeping in bed, or they're not asleep because he's telling a story, but while they're in bed, is Mr. Miracle is talking about, it's in World War II, and this kid, Sven, or he said that's what we'll call him. So this was actually about a character in the DC universe. First of all, that would be sad because it's a sad story. But second of all, I don't think there is a story about this in the DC universe. But if there is references to something, tell me in the comments below because I'd appreciate it a lot. Because, you know, the more you know. Yeah. Anyways, his teacher was talking about what's been going on and how the Jews were being hunted, and then Sven says they could stay in my basement. And the teacher was like, what? And she got some officers to go into his basement and found a family of them and shot them all, of the Jews in his basement. And then they captured him and his sisters and his mother and took them to a camp. And they all died. And then when they were doing those like toxic shower things, Sven died, but he didn't die of the gas because there were a bunch of people. He died because people stood over him. And then Granny Goodness would say, Merry Christmas, which is really sad. It's a sad story, and this just kind of shows Tom King and all of his stories. They don't end with a happy ending, they don't start with one, and in between there isn't one. He writes darkly, and sometimes I kind of appreciate dark writing, but sometimes it's just too, I don't know, I'm not sure about how I feel about that. But, yeah. I thought the writing in the situations was good, like how Scott's face was going and all of that. But it was still just, I kind of wish he didn't do it exactly about that. But it was still pretty interesting. And Scott goes to get some milk and he takes pills, which I noticed was a reference to, what's his name? I think it's, I don't remember the guy's name, but it was a classic Mr. Miracle villain who used paranoia pills. And Mr. Miracle got some milk and took those pills, and I just kind of caught on that was a reference. So, yeah. And then when Scott is sitting down on the couch, he sits on that couch a lot through the whole series. I'm pretty sure he does in Mr. Miracle 2 also. I know he does in Mr. Miracle 1. So that was pretty cool. So Mr. Miracle and Forger are talking. Forger, he's like this bug kind of guy. He's not Ambush Bug. And if you don't know who that is, well, I'm not going to explain it. Go look him up. Because that would make this video really long. And it's already pretty long. So they start talking about stuff and how, as this whole book has been saying, Forger does it too, says Darkseid is. And that's been said a lot throughout this whole series, even though there are only 3 issues so far. So yeah. They talk a little while, and then Light Ray comes through a boom tube and kills Forager and says that he wasn't supposed to come. On his couch. He just shoots him and he disintegrates. That's it. Yeah, that's what happens in that part. Light Ray goes through a boom tube, disintegrates him, and leaves. I thought that through the whole book, because it's a very interesting one. And then what happens is Mr. Miracle goes and does an act. Pretty normal. The art in this was good like usual. He gets in a crate and he lives. It doesn't show us how, he just does. So like I said in my Mr. Miracle 1 review, that's really kind of hinting at whether he's even alive during this whole thing, or like if something's wrong with him. And at the end of the book, there's a big bomb drop about all of this, which explains it, not in detail, but it tells us what the heck happened with his attempted suicide and all of that. And it shocked me. So then Mr. Miracle goes on to a talk show briefly after that. There's a little bit more stuff going on, but it wasn't really important. Just some girl gets a selfie with Scott and Big Barda. And just so you guys know, these reviews are pretty brief. I just talk about the highlights and all that. I can't do it word for word because Tom King's writing, and a lot of writers, some I can do in depth because they're not very deep at all. Like, literally, they're like 6 inches deep. Basically, these comics are really deep, so if you guys want me to do like theories on it, remember to smash that like button, because that'll tell me if you guys want me to go more in depth on this kind of thing. So just tell me that and leave it in the comments. And yeah. Anyways, then Orion is there and he tells him to leave. the talk show host guy. And he does, and it's just him and Orion, and Scott asks him if he is the anti-life equation, and because Scott says, I do. That's the big bomb drop. So all of this crap and nonsense that's been happening with Scott is because of the anti-life equation, which is crazy. I mean, I didn't think he would have it in him, and he does. And Orion's response is shocking. He punches him in the face. Yeah, I know. They're very messed up. And he asks him if he's ever seen the face of God. Then he keeps beating on him and wailing on him with his fists and stepping on his throat and all that, and just beating him to a bloody pulp. Then Orion takes off his helmet and he says, this is the face of God, like a broken record. I think he says it, this is not, like literally, he says it, he literally says, this is the face of God 12 times, I counted. And the comic ends. I mean, I think Orion's a broken record at this point. It was just really shocking. Like, Orion seriously has some anger management issues that he needs to get solved if he wants to be Highfather, which he is. So yeah, the comic just wraps up, and it was really good. I liked it, but it had some really head-scratching moments and jaw-dropping moments. It was just a great story. I think in the order I liked it, it was issues 1, issues 3, issues 2, which is kind of sad that I wasn't able to review 2. But once I do a series overview in August, I can review 2, and I can go in depth with all of them. It'll probably be like an hour-long video or something. So yeah. And also, I just wanted to say something really quick. I said in my Martian Manhunter vs. Marvin the Martian video, I'd be reviewing those gradually over the next few weeks. I did not forget about that. I'm just going to wait a little while to review all the other DC Looney Tunes. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember to smash that like button. Mitboy out.